creators of Skies of Fire on here, and they are not here. They had a last minute meeting that they had to get to, and I then had to scramble. And the awesome Gary Shipman said, "I can do it," and saved the stream. You saved the stream, Gary.
That's what I like to do. Thanks for having me on.
So what do you got right there? What's this cool little thing you're showing everybody?
This just came literally 5 minutes ago.
Those are pretty hardcovers.
Yeah, this is a 515-page omnibus collecting all of my Packins Land material from back in the day. There's even some new stuff in here. This is the signed and numbered edition. So I'm going to be drawing a picture on here, signing it, and then on the inside,
that's cute.
We have like a signed and numbered area here that I'll be signing as well. So yeah,
awesome.
Totally excited.
Signed and numbered. I love that. I only got this. I only got the signed and not numbered edition right here. So yeah,
that's the soft cover, right?
It is. It's the soft cover.
So yeah,
now, is all the same content inside except for the signed and numbered aspect of it, or is there more?
There's the new cover, obviously. The signed and numbered part is new. What else? That's about it. Oh,
cool.
This is a larger format as well. This is
you get better art. I should have gone for that. That was dumb of me.
Well, if I could find a soft cover, I could show you the scale comparison. I think I have one right here. All right, here we go. I have to lift my camera up. So there's the one that you have in your hand.
Yep. Oh, that's much bigger. I really should have held out for that. That was really not intelligent of me.
Well, it's really nice. You still can. Right now, it's on Kickstarter.
Oh, yeah. I've got the link right here. What a handy deal. Let's pull this up. So you put it up on Kickstarter after going to Indiegogo. Hey, Sergeant Batson Yakov, welcome. And we've got, you put this back up on Kickstarter, and you're going. You need. It looks like a couple more backers here to make sure the Kickstarter gets going. And I think my people here would be very, very excited for this. So the people who watch this channel, we're showing stuff every day. But Gary's work is I would actually put it akin to a Chronicles of Narnia type of deal. So with a little bit more swashbuckling. Does that sound right?
Sure. Yeah, we could throw. There's a little bit of everything in there. But if you weren't able to get in on the original campaign that was on Indiegogo, we went and launched it now on Kickstarter, so everybody can get in on it still. Because some people didn't.
That's great. You've got the first issue up right here, so people can really read a good chunk of it. So you don't have to go into this sight unseen like a lot of other stuff. Gary's got this for you, and you can just start reading, and that is one of the nicest part of the campaigns right here.
Yeah, another good thing is that they're at the printers. This is the signed and numbered edition, but the hardcovers, the regular hardcover edition, which will not be signed and numbered, obviously, that's at the printers right now. So all of this campaign is virtually done. So anybody who backs it on Kickstarter right now, it's just a matter of me getting those last books and we start fulfillment.
Awesome. So are you shipping these out? I guess you are shipping them out of your house by hand like I do.
Yes, I am.
I do not envy you. That was the worst. Like I would say 5 nights of my life times 3 campaigns. So
you had a bad week.
Yeah, bad 3 weeks basically. So I'm not doing that anymore. I've got a fulfillment group for this next one. So I'm going to see if that pencils and if it is worth it versus profit, because obviously they take a little bit out of every book this time, and I haven't really increased my numbers that much. But man, it's just like my entire dining room table. I don't know, where are you stacking yours? I stacked one on my dining room table, and my wife got really mad at me.
I have them in my room. I have them all over. They're everywhere, man.
Everywhere.
And my wife is equally probably not as pleased.
Nice.
So,
yeah, we didn't have a dining room table for a long time. It was pretty great.
The added thing though with that is it adds that layer of motivation to get it fulfilled, to get it out of here.
It does.
Clean
it
up.
Does.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got to get them out of there. Should we do a dramatic reading of like the first couple of pages here? Do you want to be the narrator and I'll be the boy's voice?
Oh, I don't know if that's such a good idea.
Is it not?
Well, okay, let's do it.
Let's do it. We want to do original content that's different here. So you start the you be like the old timey narrator, and I'll be the boy who's like discovering this stuff, and we'll go through like 3 pages, so it's not too boring.
I hope that you have a good boy voice.
I don't know.
I mean, young boy.
We'll ask our we'll ask our audience afterwards.
All right. I haven't read this in a while. All right, so let's give it a go. All right, so here we go. Lend me your good ear and your good eye, and I will tell you the tales of my many adventures. My name is Paul, and here is my story. It started one summer day, a summer day perfect for exploring. With a bag of PB&J sandwiches and some sodas.
Ooh, high calorie stuff.
I know, he needs the energy. And various supplies needed for exploring, I set out for a nearby wooded area. It belonged to someone my friends and I called Old Man Packins. Though none of us would admit it, it was out of fear that we had never properly explored this wood. It was always the same routine. Just when we had gotten up the nerve to go, someone would back out. On this day, somehow things were different. I was determined, so I jumped a fence, ignoring the no trespassing. Almost as soon as or should I make a ding noise? Ding!
Ding.
Turn the page. Almost as soon as I had started, I noticed something that made me want to turn back and run.
Huh? What's that? Blood!
Fresh blood.
Something is wounded. Whatever it is, it must be hurt. Bad.
The trail of blood led me to the mouth of a cave. I could hear a wounded creature skittering through the darkness ahead. The sound called me on. Ding!
Ding.
I followed the sound into darkness, then silence. I quickened my pace, hoping I would not be too late. My flashlight went out, making my task all the harder as I struggled to find my way in the darkness. I was very near to despair. My mind was racing. How could I ever succeed in getting out of the cave this way? Then I heard a cry of agony. It sounded like a man's voice. Could it be a man that was hurt? Ding!
No. It can't be. Oh, sorry. Spoilers.
Spoiler. With one last effort, I threw myself in the direction of the voice and hoped for the best.
Ah! That's a good spot to stop.
Ah!
We got it. Yeah. So as you see, it's not a man. It's a bird.
It's a man.
It's a man bird.
It's a man bird. No, just kidding.
And then he meets all sorts of talking critters as he goes along through here, and it's good stuff. Good stuff.
I have to say, I do think that you have a good Paul voice.
Do I? Thank you. Yeah.
So when we start the movie, we're going to cast you as Paul.
That's great. So you can be like Hollywood does when they put somebody who's 37 as a 15-year-old or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, at least the radio show.
The radio show is pretty good. I really want to do audio dramas and get that going, but the production seems like it takes so much time to do. I just don't know how feasible it is, and I don't really think there's a huge market for it. So I don't know of a way to like monetize the time that makes it worth it compared to like comics or books or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I want
I
to.
can only imagine.
Yeah, I don't even know that YouTube's worth the time, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's all a big experiment at this point.
So we'll see pretty good pretty shortly. I just turned to the bear page because I like the bear. I think you did a very good detailed job on the bear, and I just wanted to highlight that before we do whatever.
Yeah.
So you've been going on Packins Land for a while, and we ran the Indiegogo. Obviously, I got the book because I got it right here. I've held it up, and my kids really appreciated it too. So my youngest one can't read like the words, but he's been going through the pictures, and he very much enjoys going through the pictures. So so he's gone through actually about half the book doing that,
Nice.
which is pretty exciting.
Yeah, it is.
And Drake says, "Let me know if there's anything I can do to help with the audio drama. I love audio drama." Yeah, I don't know. I just I think what I'm gonna do, because I am kind of like teetering on the edge of committed to this. I think I'm going to try to get a bunch of voice actors to record it for free, and for exposure. The best kind of payment. Gary, do you work for exposure?
All the time.
All the time.
I built my career on exposure.
Gary might do a voice for it, is what he's telling me. And then I don't know. And I've got a guy who's like tentatively interested in editing it. And then I think I'll throw it up on Patreon and see if that will increase my Patreon subscriptions. And if I can increase my Patreon subscriptions, maybe we can do them as a regular thing. That's the thought. And then hopefully, get people paid at some point. I don't know. That's the thought. Could work. It could work. It just might work. It just might not work though. So
it's just crazy enough to work.
I don't know. I like trying new and different things all the time. That's kind of my MO.
Yeah. Yeah, I mostly stick to drawing. Crazy and new things in drawing. But hey, I wouldn't. Who knows? Maybe I miss my calling. Maybe I'm supposed to do video drama.
You never know.
Yeah.
So you got Packins Land. This will be the Kickstarter campaign, and I'm sure we'll get some good pledges from today with this crew. Like I said, it's got a good Narnia element to it where it really feels like that a lot. So if you like that, if you like good wholesome entertainment, this is good wholesome entertainment right here. And I've read a good chunk of the omnibus already. So this is my kids bookmark, that's my bookmark. My kids bookmark's halfway, so I've read a chunk. And it's good wholesome entertainment, so I can vouch for it. I like wholesome here.
Me too.
Yeah. So what's next? What's coming once this is done?
Well, as soon as we fulfill this campaign, I've already started working on the next project, which is called Titan Mouse of Might. And if you scroll down in the Kickstarter campaign, you'll see a little preview, like a coming soon.
Oh, I see it.
Coming attractions, yeah. And that's what I'm working on. So when people back the Packins Land Omnibus, what you're doing is you're making it possible for me to move forward on more Packins Land stuff, but also new projects like Titan.
That's awesome. And this is really cute too. I love this. It's like a Mighty Mouse, but sort of Batman-y versus instead of Superman-y, I guess.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
Right.
Cool.
Yeah. So he's going to be an interesting thing. I got a lot of ideas flowing, and he even, if it goes well, everything goes well, he even weaves into Packins Land. So I had an idea for him years ago, and if you look at like the very first page of Packins Land, like on your book that you have there, it shows there's no words, but it shows a guy getting a book off a shelf and sitting down to read it.
Oh, I see this. We got Mouse of Might right there.
Mouse of Might.
Oh, that's cute. A nice little call out to your own. Now, are these other ideas like the Banana Famine and Quest for Kings? Are they all your sort of books you're looking to do or have done also?
Quest for Kings is in there, is part of Packin's Land.
Okay.
So it started out with, first one was called Paul's Adventure. It's all collected now. So Quest for Kings is in there. What else is in there? Is Forgotten Dreams on there? I got to get my glasses.
I believe so.
So yeah, the Banana Famine, I think, is the only one that, but Banana Famine and Mouse of Might are the only ones that aren't in this volume.
Okay. Neat. What's Banana Famine? You've got my curiosity.
Actually, Banana Famine was the original idea that I had for Packin's Land.
Oh, really?
And when I would explain it to my wife, she thought it was crazy. But basically what it is, it's the story of, it would be surrounding gorillas and monkeys and all that stuff. But, and then there's a famine, a banana famine. And it's basically the story of Joseph from the Bible. Basically, I'll bend it around a little bit, but where there's a famine and the whole deal. That was my initial idea. And I've never done it. I moved on to like Paul's Adventure and Quest for Kings and Forgotten Dreams, and I'm slowly getting to everything.
Nice.
Yeah.
So so for those who aren't familiar with Gary, Gary's like the OG independent comic guy. You started in independent comics. When did you come out with your first comic of Packin's Land? Was that your first, or did you have anything before that?
Independently.
Yeah.
It was my first, I believe. Well, no, I worked for some people independently, like Silver Wolf, back in like the 80s. But I think Packin's Land was my first venture alone. That's my own thing. But I did work for some indie people bouncing around. But it was back in, I think it was it 87, Rhoda? Did we come out with Packin's Land, the first one? 85 or 95, I mean? 95. That was
95.
Yeah. Well, we did it before that. Maybe it was 94. We did it like in an ash can version. But then it actually came into print in 95. And
Sweet.
we've been trying to get it going on and off ever since. A lot off though, because I'd take like 10 years off, just like go work somewhere. So we finally got it collected into one volume now.
That's awesome. And now it's out there, and it looks like doing very well. I know the indie.
Did we lose John? Did we lose John? Did we lose me? I don't see John here, so I'm going to talk. Hopefully the stream's still going. So yeah, if you guys are interested in making a dream come true, it's already come true. But if you want to be a part of the dream that has come true, you can go check out Packin's Land. See if it's something that you feel like you'd like to get behind and share. What happened, John?
I accidentally exited out of the stream. Whoa, it's okay. This is now the Gary Shipman channel. So
yeah, I commandeered your channel.
That's okay. You're welcome to do that at any time.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. So, and Gary, if you guys are probably familiar with Gary, because Gary did the cover and back cover of Flying Sparks Volume 2. So, you will be familiar with his art because, he's on the project, which is good. Yeah,
that was fun. That was fun to do.
Yeah, thanks for doing that. That turned out really great.
Oh, you're welcome.
I don't know. So where do you think we are in this whole like indie comics thing? I've noticed that in the last year, I feel like there was an enthusiasm in the crowd last year that was mostly based on, I would say, the politics of the situation, and mostly based on like, we're going to stick it to the industry and all that sort of stuff. And that enthusiasm has really fallen off. And I think we're left now with the people around who actually are just here for comics, which is probably a healthier thing long term, but it's a little scarier short term, at least for a creator.
Well, the thing that's interesting about the whole indie movement right now is that I left a long time ago to do Pack and Slant. I was pursuing a career in comics. I wanted to work for Marvel or DC. Actually, one of the issues of Pack and Slant was um, published through Image years ago. So I was trying to be just a regular comic guy, but uh, a lot of the things that were being done in comic books, and I would have to say it's the same thing today. Nothing's really changed. There might be some standout things that are good, but I'd have to say a lot of it, it doesn't do anything for me. And so I've been wanting to do things that I want to do. I want to put out product or put out stories that I enjoy. So I kind of left a long time ago. And so it seems like now there's just more people leaving, and it's for maybe a similar reason, maybe a different reason. Uh, I'm not exactly sure. When it comes to the waning of interest, maybe now, I guess that's just the way that it goes. I don't know. Comic books is a very fickle, I guess you'd say, medium when it comes to um, like what becomes exciting and new. Like sometimes a book will become very exciting and it'll sell a lot of books or whatever, and it's not really good. But then there'll be books that are just really good, and then if people will read them or get the word out, that can sell well too. So it's really, I really have no idea what's going on. It seems like a lot of things with what's going on now on social media and stuff like that. It seems like it's like drama driven. So like drama, like that's like your ad campaign or whatever. That's what you do. You make drama, and you can sell comics.
That's true. Should we stage a fight and then do a comic together, and then like a year and a half later and surprise everybody with the staged fight, like coming to that resolution at that point in order to get sales? That might be a good idea.
I thought we did already.
We did. Oh yeah, we did. We did the sniper, and it's already in the comments. The sniper.
Yeah, bring back.
Oh, the brutal.
See, that's why John and I haven't talked.
It's true. Gary got so mad about this that it was like it just never ended.
It never ended.
Yeah, it still hasn't ended.
Now it hurts a little.
I'm sorry
for bringing it up. It kind of stings.
I apologize. I wrecked your artistic vision. I truly did. And that's it. And I just did it. I'm saying I'm sorry, but I really am unapologetic that I wrecked your artistic vision.
And I accept that apology, that unapologetic apology.
Oh man, and that's the deal. I mean, so now that I think about this, and I've been on this like Steve Ditko kick for a while, and I've been making videos about him and things like that. And I was reading like letters from one of his fans to him, where the fan truly did not appreciate what he was doing, and just like went all argumentative with him about it, basically. And I feel kind of like that. I feel like I did that to you with the artistic vision, but I guess the difference is like I paid for what I wanted on my artistic vision, and that fan did not.
That's true. And I feel I've never felt more like Steve Ditko than right now.
Yes,
because of that analogy.
It's pretty good. You are the Steve Ditko of modern comics.
Wow.
There you go.
Great.
We just labeled you. That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's nice. Vox Day says that I can hire him to start drama. On Twitter.
Vox Day says you can hire him to start drama?
But he just said it in the chat.
Oh, Vox Day Respecter. That's not Vox Day. Just to be clear. Yeah.
Sorry.
I was like, I'm pretty sure Vox is not on Twitter. Oh man. Colt Film Video says he'll be back in Pack and Slam before the Kickstarter ends. Thank you for supporting Gary. We appreciate that. Gary, we got a question. Are you alone in an office in Manhattan surrounded by Ayn Rand books?
Yes, and I'm destroying my original art.
Oh, wow.
I'm throwing it in the trash as we speak.
So what do you think about that? The artiste sort of thing that I make the art for me and it's just my creation. I mean, to some degree, like, I don't know. There, I guess you can go to an extreme where it's just silly, like you kind of just mentioned. But more and more, I am more interested in just making stuff that I want to make and not worrying about anything else than I had been before. When I used to kind of be like, well, what will the market think about this? And I'm finding myself not even considering that at this point.
Yeah, I don't know any other way. I think that there are people who can go with the flow of the market and say, oh, it seems like this is something that's hot, or this is a topic that's really going to blow up. There's probably people that can do that. I'm not one of them. I have to just go with what I like, and hopefully other people. There's like-minded people out there that want to come along for the ride and enjoy it as well. So that's where I stand.
Nice. But you're not gonna bend just because somebody wants, I don't know, something different, basically, as a deal. You're in there trying to make your own story, which I appreciate.
Yeah.
And that's my I don't know, that's kind of my litmus test now of like what I'm interested in who I'm interested in supporting as an artist. I want people who are here for their own visions and having their own passions, and I want to encourage that, because I think that's how we, push the cultural boundaries. We're not going to be able to do it by being a copycat of everybody else out there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I can't say that I'm completely original either. I feel like uh, I do borrow. I mean, everything that I do in some way has been done before. So, and I feel that it's because of the way I was brought up, and maybe a lot of people are brought up that way. Like, I remember watching the Disney Jungle Book, the animated, when I was a little kid. I just was in
Oh,
love
I can
with
see
it.
a bunch of that in this now that you mention it.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
so there's a boy there. There's animals. There's foliage. Uh, and I still love the animated Jungle Book. Um, but then there's all kinds of things that I've seen and experienced growing up. From comic books, Superman, Batman, then seeing the movies, the TV shows, all the stuff. It goes in, and there's like a filtering. So I don't know that anything that I do is really original. I'm just taking from things that I've seen already and putting together my take, I guess, on it.
Awesome. Yeah, I think that I mean I think that's what we all do, because I mean subconsciously, if you think about it, anything we come up with is just going to be based on our experiences, whether that's what we've seen in real life, what we've seen in other books, what we've seen in movies or video games or whatever. We're gonna even if we can't help it, because we have read those things and have experienced those things, that those are gonna pour into our work, because that's just what we have in our brain. I mean, you can't separate that to some degree.
Yeah. Yeah, and I've caught myself too. Like, I've thought I was doing something totally original, and then my wife sneezed. Bless you.
Hey, Rhoda.
John says hi.
Hi, sorry.
You can sneeze. It's all right. She has a cold. But anyways, yeah, I've caught myself at different times like, oh, that's very much like something else that I've seen, and I wasn't aware of it when I was creating it. So it's not like I'm deliberately trying to swipe from things, but sometimes it's. I mean, ugh, what do you do?
I actually don't mind swiping from things whatsoever. I do it all the time and intentionally. Voxia Respector says he patterns his own work after me. That's actually the best way to do things.
I find
Um,
it to be true as well.
but I really hate my thing that I hate when I go back to my work is when I look at something and I realize, oh, I did this exact same thing in another book of mine.
Mm.
Like when I'm getting redundant with my own work, that's the sort of thing that makes me go, oh, this sucks. I can't believe I just wrote this exact same thing twice.
Yeah, I don't know if I've done that yet, but
I have.
we'll give it time.
Oh man, it's I noticed it. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not going to go into. You guys have to discover this for yourselves. And if you can't see it in the works I'm talking about, then then I successfully hit it. So I don't know. But
Yeah.
that's the important part is hiding your flaws as an artist, right?
Yeah, that's something that I need to learn probably more is to just not bring it up. Because I think like we're really at times our worst critic, our own worst critic, and so to bring up the flaws, it's probably
Not good salesmanship.
Yeah,
Not good
probably not the best
salesmanship.
thing.
No. Yeah. But it's honesty at the same time.
Yeah,
I don't know. So Sam says, "Don't copy my eating habits." My eating habits are like well-known, very healthy things. So I don't know. I don't know why anybody wouldn't want to copy my eating habits, except for it's expensive to kind of eat the way I do. That's the only problem with it. Hemp seeds are very expensive. Did you know that? You didn't?
No, I didn't.
Yeah. Now you know.
Take it from John.
Cool. So how long we got on Package Land? Let's look. We got
22 days.
22 days left. So, all right. So we can make this happen. We'll get enough backers just from
looks like
watching this show alone.
It looks like we got a backer from this show already.
Did you really? That's exciting. That makes me happy when that happens.
Oh
yeah, you were two something earlier, and now you're 297. That's great.
Yes, so we are so close to our goal, and I set the goal at 500 just because we've already ran a successful Indiegogo campaign and Kickstarter. This is the first time I've ever done Kickstarter. Totally don't know what I'm doing. And I heard that, there's a larger audience out there. I'm just having trouble figuring out how do you get to that larger audience.
I know that's the eternal struggle. And part of the things with crowdfunds is the fact that you got to load up that first day so that it kind of kicks these sites' algorithms into gears and makes people check out your work. That is part of the trick. But Kickstarter, there are more people just surfing Kickstarter than there are otherwise. And what you'll find is they'll look for funded projects for one. Yeah. So we got to get you to that funded point. And then number two, they, once it gets to like the last 2 days, that's when people kind of roll in on Kickstarter, and like, the ones that have been looking at it for a while will go, oh, okay, I'll do it now. And that's going to be a Kickstarter deal. So those are that's kind of the trick of Kickstarter right there. It's like huge opening launch, and then get funded, which is going to be, I don't think you'll have a problem getting funded here. And Kickstarter is different, guys. So the problem with Kickstarter, which is a problem, is if it doesn't hit, obviously, then you don't get any of the funding, and it just kind of goes away, and all those backers go away.
Right.
And that's the risky part. And that's why I actually set my Kickstarter at a goal I know I can reach. And you did the same thing here for yours, rather than setting at the actual profitability spot on Kickstarter. So Flying Sparks' volumes cost about $12,000 each time to make. And so I hit about 15 typically. And so I try to make sure I hit my funding goals so I get this going. And I just have to, if it doesn't get to 12 or whatever, I know I have to eat a loss. But just because I want to get that made and want to get that maximized in that case. But I set it lower early so that it hits that funding earlier, so that people look at it and go, this is a funded thing that a lot of people are backing and they like it already, because that social proof is very important. And that's my marketing tip for the day.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, do you use any kind of advertising? Do you feel free to
I used a lot of Facebook ads on volume 1, and I did I think $200 of Facebook ads on volume 2. And then I didn't at all on volume 3.
Did you notice a difference?
No. I mean, I think volume 3 was $500 more profitable than volume 2 overall so far. So that's where that is right at the moment. So I don't think it actually helped for that. I run continuous Facebook ads on my novels. Mm-hmm. And I run about $5 a day on that. and I do see returns from that coming in because my novels are perpetually selling. When I notice a lot of other authors who don't do this get theirs kind of stagnated, and it's hard because $5 a day adds up real quick. And so you got to make that sales back, and got to get your engine to that point where it's like continually doing that. But it works. So yeah,
Cool.
but it didn't work on Flying Spark so well, I don't think. Unfortunately, there's no great way to track that.
Yeah.
So
I did a Facebook ad and a Twitter ad for the Indiegogo campaign, and I was able to track it, and it did nothing. And I was really like, wow. But I also kind of, just in common sense hindsight looking back, when I see an ad on Facebook or something like that, or Instagram, I don't want to see the ad. You know what I mean?
usually I've never clicked on a Twitter ad. Not once. I have clicked on Facebook ads because Facebook's actually really, really dastardly at targeting what you want.
Yeah.
And so I've seen some things on there, and I've bought some things off of Facebook ads. So I think just from my own experience that it's a little better on the Facebook ad front than it is on the Twitter ad front. It's if you really are good with your targeting. But that's just anecdotal. I don't know.
Right. You have to really set those things up too.
Yeah, it's a pain in the butt.
Yeah, I don't like it at all. I think the one that deterred me from doing a Kickstarter ad right now is that for some reason, and I don't need to talk about this here, but I can't get my Facebook account, the right one, locked or hooked up to the Instagram, because then they would do Instagram ads, and it keeps going to another Facebook page that I have, and it's not the one I'm wanting to use, and I'm just like, oh, forget it, I'm not going to do this. So yeah. Did you notice that on Indiegogo versus Kickstarter that you always have to refresh when you're on Indiegogo, but on Kickstarter
You don't. It actually does it. I know, and I refreshed by habit when I was on your page here.
Well, I don't know. Maybe sometimes you do need to refresh, but I noticed that it just kind of does it. And I was like,
it's pretty cool.
That's one thing I do like about Kickstarter.
So my next deal. So I've actually got let me show people the fun here. I've got this beauty right here. How much should I show the beautiful audience right now? I just got this done. I just compiled this myself. This is, as you see, Flying Sparks Volume 3 backer. Yes, it's done. Here's my interior chapter cover. I should make this a little smaller so you can see the whole thing on the page. And then here's our credits. All right. And then here's our first page. So yes, I've got this done. I'm uploading this to BackerKit right now. And then I'm going to hit the surveys out and deliver these. So this is going to be my sort of thing I'm trying to get done today for everybody. And then my idea, I have an idea to use Kickstarter purely as a marketing platform, and not actually care about the Kickstarter itself. And this is my idea.
Oh, that's a good, actually.
So, of course, I've sent you my steampunk books. You've got that, and I still intend on pressuring you to do some art for this at some point. But I've got an idea to do a quick Kickstarter for this to make hardcover editions, because I don't have any hardcover editions. Mm-hmm. And it costs about $50 per book to set up on my print on demand system. So it would cost $200, and then I've got $100 in there for formatting, so that, because you have to reformat the size of the cover and all that. So just $300. And then I've got I have not launched this, guys, so don't go looking for this. I haven't decided whether I actually want to do this for real. But I've got all the hardcovers. Like, you can get 1 hardcover, 2 hardcover, 3 hardcovers, or 4 hardcovers. But the idea is is to, I figure some of my fan base will come in for this because they like my books and they'll probably want the hardcover editions, in which I'm going to fix all my nice typos. Thank you to Drake in the chat. I really appreciate you helping with that. And then have a nice clean edition for everybody. But if you notice, I've got my reviews right here. I've got links to Amazon right here. So anybody who comes on Kickstarter will be clicking to Amazon for my, if they don't want to buy into the hardcover, they can just buy my Kindle thing. So anybody who comes on the Kickstarter at this point will just be advertising for my books, is the thought.
That's smart.
And this book comes out tomorrow. So I wanted to launch this in conjunction with that, because this book comes out tomorrow, in hopes that it'll get more eyeballs on the actual series itself.
That's a good idea. Something that
I have no idea.
Something that I did on Indiegogo is I left one of my campaigns. I changed the name of it. I left it in demand, and I turned it into the Gary Shipman Art Store. And
yeah, that's cool.
I can just keep adding things to it. I can't remember which one it was though.
Does it work pretty well? Do people continue to find it, and you get a couple sales here and there periodically?
I do. Yeah, I do.
That's great.
Yeah, so that's another thing, to just have something up on Indiegogo all the time that people can go to. And I can even put Packens Line Omnibus in there at some point, put Titan in there or whatever. So yeah,
that's smart. Maybe I'll do that with and just have an in-demand store of signed books or something like that. Why not? Yeah. So that's my thought. I might launch this. Maybe I'll launch it right now. I'm bored. Should I launch it right now? If you're in the chat, will anybody in the chat back this if I launch it right now? That's the real question. I'm dangerous when I'm bored, Gary. So
you're a dangerous man.
Yeah. And I figured to get some people in there who might not want to go all the way in for hardcovers, I got some short stories I can send over, and that'd be the thought. So I don't know. Maybe I'll just launch it right now. How do I launch this? Exit preview. Prepare to launch. I'll just do it. Why not? Ready to launch. I've read these details. Hold on. Your launch date. Fulfilling is all or nothing. Okay. If you reach your funding goal, you must fulfill. Oh, wait a minute. I don't know if I've fulfilled enough of. Hold on. Fulfill. When a project is funded, they must complete and fulfill each reward. Once he's done so, they satisfy their applications. I'm just wondering if I have to fulfill my last project before launching another project. It doesn't look like it says that on here, which I know Indiegogo does say that, which is why I wouldn't do this on Indiegogo right now. But it looks like this isn't the case. So fulfill. Estimate delivery, not a guarantee. Okay. Well, I will fulfill my project, so I'm not worried about that. So I'll just launch. This is the type of thing we do on the stream. We're just bored. And then we do stuff. Launch now.
Right on.
Okay. So now I've got a Kickstarter up. My project has an error. Uh-oh. Okay. View project. Here we go. My project's live. Let me put that on Twitter real quick and see if it does anything. Come on, Twitter. Is this Brave being weird to me? Okay. Do you use Brave? What browser do you use?
I use Chrome.
Well, it looks like it did not. I was not able to share it either. Here, I can share it. Here we go. There we go. I'll just share stuff. Let's just see if it works by just sharing stuff. Just say nothing else about it. We'll find out.
Right on.
Wild West right here, Gary. We're just messing around. Okay. Facebook was not published. That's fine. It's the launch stream instead of the lunch stream. That's cute. Here's Gary's Indiegogo store. Thank you for posting that, Drake. And that's it. So unrelated Coma says he's got a fever. The only prescription is more steampunk. I will be having lots more steampunk for you. This is going to be happening. So stay tuned. Voxia Respector says Flying Sparks reminds me of Invincible. Thank you so much. I loved Invincible up until what did you ever read Invincible?
No, it doesn't sound familiar.
It's Robert Kirkman's. He did like a superhero project before Walking Dead, and it was like Spider-Man in feel, because you had that like teenage character who's struggling with his life and trying to figure things out, yet trying to be a superhero at the same time.
Yeah.
With a cool background. Like his dad was a superhero, but it turns out his dad was a alien from another planet who's like the head of like an invasion fleet, and he turns and becomes like this like evil dude, and then he kind of has to he grows into his powers and then tries to stop his dad from bringing world destruction on Earth or whatever. Pretty neat. So lots of family angst and lots of and good Spider-Man drama. Of course, he's got a redheaded girlfriend too. It totally was just a Spider-Man fan who just did this, right? And it was great. And I read it for a bunch, and it was a little like they would have fights where they would just put way too much blood on the faces and things like that. Just it was over the top. And that would be my critique of that. I didn't enjoy that much. It was not necessary at all. And then at some point it he got his girlfriend pregnant and she decided to have an abortion. They put that in the book as a message fiction in there. And it's just I can't deal with this anymore. So that was the end of that. So I stopped reading at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. But I appreciate the early Invincible comparison is very useful because of the deal. Love that bride. Nice way to market it. The piece that beat John Malin, genius. I don't understand.
There was a drawn and quartered.
Oh.
You were drawing Graveyard Shift, and then I don't think I came in first place, but I think I at least beat John Malin with his own character. And so we rubbed it in his face.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. How much are the Remark add-ons for your prints, Gary?
I believe I'd have to go look to be sure, but I think if you click on it, it'll show you. Like if you click, you don't have to commit.
Is that that's in Indiegogo, not here.
You're looking in the store.
Okay.
I could open it up and look at myself. It's been a while.
Here's your screen.
I think it might be 50. It rings a bell. But I think you can kind of walk through the process before you actually commit. And let's see if it'll let me. Yeah, it says $50 for an add-on. And it gives an example. It shows 2 pictures of Swamp Thing, I think, at least on this one. And then the lower one, I put Man Thing as well as an add-on.
Nice. All right. I don't know what else to say. I got my launch.
You are launched.
I'm launched.
Yes.
I was not sure if I actually wanted to do this. I don't even well, I guess I don't, it doesn't matter to me. Whatever. If you want a hardcover though, if you want a hardcover set or whatever you want, here it is. Well, I'm going to make sure we get these out before Christmas is going to be the deal. Oh, I got a backer. Hey, somebody likes me. And yeah, we'll make sure we get these out before Christmas. And then that's my only deal. And then everybody will be happy. Somebody mentioned Dynamite Thor and wanting more Dynamite Thor. Dynamite Thor is going to be my next comic crowdfund. My colorist is way behind right now on that, so I don't know when that's actually going to come out. So that's going to be I don't know. I really don't want to run a crowdfund in late November, for obvious reasons. But I might. What do you think? Is that a bad business decision? Should I just wait till next year, Gary?
I don't know. Because it's hard to say because people are, they might be in the mood for buying things. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's a hard call, but then everybody's buying things for the holidays. Maybe that could be one of the things that they buy for someone for the holidays. That's another way of looking at it.
Could be. I don't know. But the problem is if they do that, they're not going to get it because it won't be shipping by the holidays. Like this will be like my current one will be shipping by the holidays that I just put up. Dynamite Thor definitely will not. And so I don't know. It's a good question.
Yeah. That's a hard one.
I don't know the best business practices, but this is the Wild West. So we're learning as we're doing. So I guess the only way to find out, like this deal, like I wasn't sure if I actually wanted to do this because I'm not sure. I don't know if I want to cut into my comic book crowdfunding, right? I don't want to hurt my crowdfunding of comic books by like, putting these books up that, are already out or whatnot. But on the other hand, like I said, if I just view it as free marketing for the series itself, I guess I don't care, right? I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, just do what you got to do. I don't know what to do.
I don't know.
We're all just trying to make our way through this, and hopefully it's going to work.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. What else do we got? We're at 51 minutes. Any questions for Gary since we got Gary here? Any art questions? I like art questions because I cannot answer the art questions. So that would be a... Can you teach me to draw, Gary?
I could show you what I do and you could teach yourself.
Can I get good at it with very little effort and just naturally do it?
No.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's going to take a lot of effort. Especially with you. No, just kidding.
Probably true. It's probably pretty hard to learn at like closer to 40, like with zero dexterity skills in my hands or whatever. Than, when did you learn? When did you first like really get serious?
Well, the funny answer would be I'm today. No, the real answer was that I started taking it serious probably when I was going from junior high to high school. That summer, I just spent the summer drawing all the time.
Wow.
And I've basically been drawing ever since. And it's just like, it's become like daily, not every day. I mean, there's days that go by that I don't draw, but just large portions of time where I just draw and draw and draw and draw. And it's just like anything. I think that the more you do something, the better you get at it. Some people may have an inclination towards that, or I don't know.
I should probably just spend my time writing at this point. Be better. I always say that. Let's see. Will you be on Drawn and Quartered tonight?
I'm thinking that I will be. But I'm not exactly sure what's going on with Drawn and Quartered anymore. I've kind of lost my enthusiasm. I lost my enthusiasm a long time ago. But so now it's sort of just become like a joke, And so I go on there and hopefully I can make a real good joke about something. Like either I'll draw something as a joke or something like that, and then it'll at least make me happy. But just going on to have it be John Malin wins, who cares? It's like, I mean, it's good for John. I told Mike today on his stream, he said that he was going to do Drawn and Quartered again. I said, John and Quartered. So
I think everybody should vote for me on Drawn and Quartered, even though I cannot even draw a stick figure just because of my personality.
Yeah, we should add your name.
That'd be amazing. That'd be a good joke.
It would be.
That'd piss everybody off.
You'd win.
Yeah.
So
Who actually runs the polls? That sounds like a good troll that I'd like to do. Nobody knows. Who runs them for real?
Who runs the
actual poll? Yeah.
I don't know. I think Jiminy Cricket.
Maybe I'll bug him. It's been a while since I've talked to him.
I think he does. He puts it up, but it could be somebody else. I don't know. So we'll see how it goes. This is going to be interesting because Mike kind of got fed up with it, and he wasn't going to do it for the rest of the year. And then I guess all it took was a week. So he's back. And it's fine, it is what it is.
Yeah. Why does everybody want to fight so much? Like I would have anybody on and promote anybody's stuff. I don't even care. So I just don't understand the attitudes. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. I guess it does sell comics.
It does. That's true.
It also gets clicks on YouTube videos and stuff.
That's the big deal, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't care about the clicks that much. I'm just going to review Steve Ditko shit because I can. Did anybody buy the Cyberfrog Delarose sketch cover? Yes, they did. It sold for $51. So congratulations, whoever bought that. It's a one of one. It's my only artistic drawing that's out there, to my knowledge.
Wow,
collector's edition. And that's it. Any questions about Packins Land, guys? You guys probably already know about Packins Land. The problem, Gary, is that my audience already loves you.
Right on. I appreciate it.
So yeah, it's not you're not a new commodity to them. So so it makes
everybody could just share it, get the word out to other people, let them know.
Yeah, definitely.
I appreciate that very much.
Definitely, everybody. That's the big deal that I keep trying to impart upon everybody is just make sure you share the stuff, talk about the stuff. If you've read Packins Land, just talk about how much you love Paul. Talk about how much you love the bear, because the bear is the best part of that. And I don't know, whatever else, right?
Yeah.
Even talking about how much you hate it, if you hate it, is better. Like it's better that somebody says something than nobody says anything. That's the truth.
It does seem to be the truth.
That's marketing. That's marketing in 2019.
Right on.
It's sad. Oh well. Okay. Any last words, Gary?
No, I think that I just am appreciative that you had me on today. It's good to talk to you again.
You too.
Thanks for everybody for being here in the chat, and thanks for the backer.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Let's get more backers. All right. Have a great day, everybody. And remember, if you cuck, you lose.